The finale, White Flame.
Metal, okay. Haven't gotten power metal since Resistance. Okay, very technical. It's like Dream Theater. Of their albums into this one album. The sounds from their last albums. The debut, Resistance, and Galaxy. I've heard all of it in here. Very cool album. I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little disappointed. I was expecting this album to be better than what it is, because we had a great start, and then we started falling off around My Queen, Algorithm, and then White Flame. This last track was decent, but it just doesn't have the same wow factor that Metal Resistance had on me, and the debut, and the other one. Those three albums are my three favorite BABYMETAL albums of all time, for sure. But let's jump into this review. I wasn't expecting power metal, like progressive power metal, at that technical progressive power metal for the last track. Very, very cool. It reminds me of Road to Resistance, and I'm about it. I like it. It's very, very cool. It's just not one of my favorites. All right, let's jump into this review. My wow factor, the pause moment on this album, I think it's gonna have to go to oh yeah, dude, the bow and the djent in this is just insanely awesome. God, and then they just lead right into that rap. Very, very Ine vibe from this track, and I really, really love Kawaii. I think that is probably the best track on this album. It is really, really good. It just has that wow factor. I really like it, but let's jump into this pause picks, all right? My top 3 on this album. I think number 1 is gonna go yeah, I think From Me to You really had that, holy shit, this is fucking awesome. I love that Poppy screams were in here, and I love the fact that just, I don't even know, this track is really, really good. It's very poppy, it's very djenty. I love this track. It's a great, great track, and I think it's a perfect way to start off an album. I love the fact that they put both Poppy and Courtney in the same album, because they had that little thing at the Grammys, if you guys remember that Courtney was called Poppy, and then Poppy was, yeah, basically non-existent. That's very cool. I like that. And the fact that this band also takes pictures of the people that they meet on tours and stuff, and it just makes you wonder, like, who's next. They took a picture with Chino Moreno. That's who I want to see him with. Yeah, From Me to You is definitely the best track on this album. Number 2, probably Kawaii. I really, really like this track a lot. I just didn't really care for the rap part. It was most of this was rapping. Most of it is rapping, and it reminds me of Blackpink, and I hate their fan base, by the way. I literally shit on a Blackpink track, right? I was an absolute asshole to Blackpink, right? And they took their whole posse away from my channel. Literally, they blacklisted my channel. So that, to me, this deserves number 2 just because of that aspect with the rap and stuff. It's not really like that. I didn't really care for that one. I liked it. It was good, but it's not the best track. Number 3 is going to Con Con. I love this track. I love the fact that Sue and the girls were able to get that Indian accent and sing in this song. Very, very cool. I love that. I think that really just puts this in the top 3 for me. It's a very, very good track. I love this a lot. Very, very Bloodywood sounding track. I really enjoyed this one. The album MVP. I'm gonna have to give this to, yeah, I think I have to give it to her. Momoko Okazaki is getting the album MVP, and for one reason only: her screams. Every single one of my followers that watches my BABYMETAL reactions was telling me she's gonna bring the fangs out in this album, and she really did. She brought the fangs out. The problem that I have with it is the fact that she's still new to screaming. She's a great singer, right? She's a great singer, and I haven't watched the old stuff from her. But her fangs are still developing. They're not like Alex Terrible or Randy Bly or Courtney, right? But she has room for improvement. She's still getting album MVP because she gave it her all in screaming on this album. I really, really liked her screams on this album, especially in RATATATA. Song 3, she screams. Algorithm, really cool screaming part. I think Kawaii, was there screams in that? I don't think there was. Yeah, Metali had screams. Very, very cool. Let's listen to this. Yeah, that right there. She needs more work because, you know, she has that, like her screams are there. They're there, right? But she's still doing. You have to push it out of your diaphragm. I don't think she's using her diaphragm. I think she needs to really practice and work on her screams. That's just my personal opinion. But she still deserves the album MVP. So shout out goes to Momo. Similar artists. All right, let's jump into similar artists. As a whole, I'm gonna look at this. All right, I'm not gonna give you like completely. I could just give it to all the collabed artists, right? I could, but not every single song sounds like the collabed artist on here. So I'm gonna give it a few of the collabed artists, and then we're gonna give it to some of the similar artists. All right, so let's just go with this one first. Hanabe. Hanabe, I think, is the #1 similar artist, especially in this album. I hear it everywhere. It's very kawaii metal, and it's just, that's Hanabe, right? Or Hanabe, B-A, or I don't know how you say it. I think it's Hanabe. But very, very reminiscent to them. So I'm going to have to give it to them. #2, Poppy. Every single track in here is experimental, and Poppy's older stuff is very experimental. So I'm going to have to give it to her for sure. #3, overall, this has kind of a Slipknot vibe. It's very groovy. It's very djenty. I mean, Slipknot's really not really djent. They're more of a like new metal, and it has new metal parts in this album. It's very, very just upbeat and very fast paced. I have to give it to Slipknot for sure for the third one. That's a very Slipknot inspired track right there. That From Me to You. Very, very groovy, very fast paced. I like that. That's a good track. All right. I'm spending a little bit too much time on this. #4, very hard for me to pick. But if I had to pick one, just because of the experimentalism, it's gonna go to Maximum Hormone. I think that every single track just sounds completely different, right? And they're experimenting very much on every single track. So I'll have to give it to Maximum Hormone for sure. #5 is gonna go to, in a way, this is very, very baddiecore. So I'm gonna have to give this to, I'm gonna have to give it to Bad Omens, I think, for my final one. Which I've never heard a single album by them, right? Hopefully it gets input into the future. But yeah, Bad Omens will be the final one. Just for the experimentalism. And I've only checked out a few Bad Omens tracks, right? So they're not, they're not really familiar to me compared to like BABYMETAL, and other bands that are very experimental. Metalcore, baddiecore, I guess you could say. This is loaded with baddiecore artists. It's got Spiritbox, it's got Poppy, it's got fucking Electric Callboy, excuse me. It's loaded with baddiecore. Alright. Subgenre. This is definitely a metalcore album. I will tell you that it's definitely a metalcore album. We'll have to give it to him for sure. Finally, I think we gave it to him before. I can't remember what I gave him before. We'll have to go look back and look. But yeah, I'm not really going back and looking now. Definitely metalcore. It has that fast-paced metal, and then it has the epic choruses, right? And then it has the screams and stuff. It's very metalcore, more new metalcore. So it leads me to the second, modern metal. This is a very modern metal. And I know it's a newer genre for nowadays, right? This is very modern sounding metal. And I like it. It's good. But this new sound, it just sounds way too compressed when it comes to producing albums and stuff. That's why I'm glad that Korn is going to go back in the studio and just record something with tapes. That's going to be amazing. Slipknot is going to do another album that's going to be old inspired. Killswitch already brought OG metalcore back. I haven't listened to the new All Remains album yet, but I heard that they brought old metalcore back. I can't give this to OG metalcore. I'm gonna have to give this to Djent. Number 3, Djent for sure. Is very djenty. Every single track in here is very djenty. Number 4.
Time like where we are.
Experimental for sure. It's a very avant-garde / experimental album. Yeah, experimental. It's got the same vibes as Metal Galaxy, which I didn't really care for that album too much compared to like Resistance and their debut. I love the other one. I wish they would keep that sound. But yeah, it's very, very experimental. I liked it. It didn't really appeal to my taste because Metal Galaxy wasn't really that good of an album to me. Just my personal opinion, right? And my final subgenre would have to be, I could pick Thal, but only one track has Thal in here, and it's the very, very small vibes of Thal. We're gonna have to go with Kawaii Metal. Yeah, Kawaii Metal for sure. It's cute. It's a cute album. It's very fast-paced, very cute. Yeah, we'll have to give it to that. Yeah, it's decent. It's a decent album. Which leads me to the Implication. All right, so just by looking at this, I think that BABYMETAL was going, I'm gonna look at the cover, right? If you look at the cover, it is a prism. You're literally looking inside a broken prism into the universe, which is BABYMETAL. It's right in the middle, right? So it's a prism. A prism is made of many colors. And as I said this before on, I believe it was the Metal Galaxy, the many colors represents many genres, many sounds, it's very, very, very experimental, and there's a lot of sounds in it. I think that the whole idea behind this album is the fact that they named this Metal Fourth is because this is the 4th album that is in the BABYMETAL universe, because the other one doesn't fall under the BABYMETAL universe, according to a couple of the comments I received. It's good. It's a good album. It needs more. It needs more. I wish they would do away with the Metal Galaxy sound, because I really didn't care for that sound. I wish they would bring back the debut, and they would bring back the other one. But it's decent. So I think that the idea they had around this, the whole idea of this album, was to just bring different genres through and just see what will work. And I mean, I'm a reviewer, right? People watch my reviews, and that's my job. It's my side job. I gotta be honest. Some of this worked, some of it didn't work. That's my stance on the Implication before I look this up, though. Very disappointing album. Also, I wanted to add into my 2 cents there that Metal Fourth is not spelled as the fourth, like Fourth, right? It's fourth. So it's a march forward into a new sound. Like fourth is like a command to go forward, right? Fourth. It's a very, very commanding album, and I think that a lot of the OG fans would not really enjoy this. I think more of the newer fans that came in after Resistance and came in during Galaxy and started being fans, which is, in a way, that's me, but I discovered BABYMETAL in Resistance, and I checked out their albums, I think 3 years later, right? I think that this album is not for the OGs, it's more for the modern fans of BABYMETAL, in my personal opinion. That's just how I feel about it. All right, let's look at this Implication. All right, TLDR. Metal Fourth is BABYMETAL's daring statement, a genre-defying, globe-spanning album that celebrates the past 15 years while pushing into new sonic universes. It balances playful pop metal roots with heavy-hitting collaborations, embracing beyond metal as both title and manifesto. So it's pretty much on point just by looking at the cover. I wanted to add pop. I wanted to add J-pop into this, but not a lot of this had that poppy. It was very poppy, but it didn't have it wasn't enough for me to add it into genres. My rating. All right, man. This is the most difficult part, right? This is the most difficult part. I have to be an asshole. I have to be a very truthful asshole when I'm rating albums, right? 1 second. Let me look at Matter ones first. I gotta start putting pinned comments down below what my rating for albums, because watching the videos ain't doing it for me. Let's run in. I know I gave Self-Titled and Over 9,000. That was an amazing album. Let's look at what we gave Metal Resistance. An 8.2 out of 10. What did I give Galaxy? I know Galaxy's the weakest. I'm pretty sure it was the weakest. It was decent. It was a decent album, right? Yeah, it was a 6.5. So, what was the other one, though? Pretty sure I gave that a higher rating, too. Yep, 9.85. So, as it stands today, according to my ratings across all the albums, you have Debut at the top. You have the other one next to it. You have Resistance, and finally Galaxy. I like this better than Galaxy. I really, really do. This is a good album. It is a great album. It is not their best album. Do I like this better than Metal Resistance? No, I do not. So this is going to be my 4th favorite BABYMETAL album. This is their 5th one, right? Considered not in the universe, it's their 4th one. But it's decent. It's decent. It's a good album. It's just, I just expected a lot more from this album. I'm going to have to give this album... All right, this album is getting a 7.5 out of 10. It's decent. It's decent. It's not my favorite. It's going to take some time to grow on me. 3 songs on here I didn't really care for. White Flame was decent. It wasn't the best. My Queen, very, very disappointed in that track. And Algorithm, didn't really care for those. That being said, this gets a 7.5. That's an honest rating, okay? This genre-defying aspect that they're going through, it's not working for the band in my personal opinion. I think they need to quit it. They need to go back, and they need to find one genre and stick to it. That's just my personal opinion. I feel like this band is still searching for their sound. They have their sound, but they're still searching for it. So this is getting a silver rating. As you all know, if you don't know, if you're new here, my ratings go from platinum, which is an over 9,000, right, to gold, which is 10 to 8.5, and then you have silver, or so, it's 10 to 9. 10 to 9 is gold. And then you have all the way from the bottom of 9, so it'll be 8.9 all the way down to like 7.0. 7 is silver, and then below that is bronze, obviously. Very, very interesting album, but I'm sorry, I can't give this a gold rating because it didn't really wow me. The beginning was great. All 6 of these tracks were great, and then it jumped into My Queen. I was like, what is this? That right there, you're gonna build up to an amazing breakdown, and then you're not gonna give it to me? You're not gonna give it to me? No, I'm sorry, I can't give you a good rating after that. That is such a tease. I am a huge Spiritbox fan, huge, right? I don't have a vinyl, I want to buy one, but the fact that you build up that breakdown and then let us down with a chorus, I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. It really pissed me off. I was expecting a lot more from that song, especially if you're gonna bring in the fucking Queen, man. You brought in Courtney LaPlante, and it's such a letdown. Its song is such a letdown. I said what I said. That's my rating, 7.5. The next album reaction will be tomorrow, and it's gonna be a podcast with the original members, Glenn and Nate. Isolated Antagonist, the Isolated and the Antagonist. Very excited to jump into it. This was a non-scheduled album reaction, so if you watch the previous album reaction on my channel, I won't say that this is going to be the next album reaction, because it was very, very nonchalantly just placed into the schedule, and no one signed up, unfortunately. I don't even think anybody watched this stream, but yeah. If you did watch this on YouTube, Leave a comment below of your thoughts about this album. I'm very disappointed. I am a pretty big BABYMETAL fan. I have heard all of the albums. I love Metal Resistance and I love the debut. Those two albums are fucking amazing. I definitely want to buy those on vinyl. Eventually I'll get all of these on vinyl. I'm probably going to give away my BABYMETAL Metal 4th vinyl. So if anyone wants to get into that giveaway, you'll have to join the streams and find out how you can get into that. But yeah, very, very interested to see where they go from this direction. It just didn't really appeal to my taste. This album is it's not good. It's better than Galaxy, I will tell you that. It's better than Galaxy, but it's just not good. All right. If this is your first time here and watching an album reaction, then why don't you go ahead and click that like button or the dislike button. I know I have a lot of BABYMETAL fans that are probably not gonna like this album reaction. If you watched every single song in this playlist, please put a little nice fox down below, the kitsune, right? Put a fox right down there, and let me know that you watched every single one in the playlist, because I love seeing the comments. I love seeing that people actually care to watch my reviews. And click that like button, share this around, subscribe. I'll see you next time. But wait, there's one more thing. If you want to request an album, an EP, or a song, go to my Linktree or watch the channel trailer. You can also come to Twitch streams and join our Discord, because in our Discord, we have events where I enable free album reaction requests. That is correct. I'm literally one of the only creators out there on YouTube that offers this in Discord. I'll see you next time. Peace.